Hello and welcome to my community project. My name is Taylor Reynolds. I'm with Arkansas Tech University. And today we're going to be talking about fine motor skills. Okay, so what's our problem? So I interviewed Miss Taylor, a kindergarten teacher, and she says her students have decreased fine motor skills. So I asked her what technology does she feel like can improve that, and she completely disagreed. She does not think technology will help. She is not using technology. She's mainly using YouTube videos as a class. So our question becomes, how can the students develop their hand dexterity and strength and their handwriting skills while still using technology? So let's look at what's in her classroom. She has 20 students. They all have an iPad. The classroom has 5 Chromebooks, 12 iPads. It also has a smart board and it has an Elmo projector. So I created a lesson that includes some of the technology she already has, as well as it is still in alignment with our standards. So Common Core we have with guidance and support from adults, explore a variety of digital tools to produce some writing, including a collaboration with peers. And then we have our ISTE standards. Students use technology to seek feedback that informs and improves their practice and to demonstrate their learning in a variety of ways. So the technology we're going to be using in this lesson, we're going to use her Elmo projector, that smart board, and their individual iPads. So we're going to use this Elmo projector to use a specific worksheet from the Teachers Pay Teachers where she's going to display that so the students can accurately see exactly how she's going to use her hands in this fine motor activity. And then next, we're going to use the smart board. There's this Making Matman game from the Handwriting Without Tears program. So students will one at a time physically drag and be more physically involved while still using technology to address those issues. And then lastly, on the iPad, there's this app called Dexteria that's made by occupational therapists. It contains multiple hand exercises and dexterity games, and the students are going to complete the Write It activity. Okay, so our lesson, we'll start with the Elmo, we'll move to the smart board, and then we'll end with the iPad. So the Elmo projector, so the teacher is going to take a worksheet, and it's a hole punching activity. She's going to put it on the projector head, and so the students can see her hands. She's going to do the hole punching activity, and they're going to follow along. They're going to be through a parallel participation, and they're all going to complete that fine motor, hand strengthening activities together. And then next, they're going to sing the Matman song as they transition to the smart board. And it's going to be a class-wide activity. So one at a time, a student's going to be called up. They're going to come up to the board, physically drag and move and reorientate the body parts and the letter shapes to create Matman. And then after he's correctly assembled, the teacher will discuss and review the proper letter orientations. And then last, they'll all return to their seats and individually complete the Write It section on their app. And so what they'll do is they'll use their finger, start with the arrow dot, and then connect the dots and trace the letter. And you can only go one dot at a time in the arrow that the app dictates. You could possibly use a stylus if you need to. So it really works on one letter at a time, really working on that skill. And then once that activity is finished, the lesson is over. And so now we're ready to assess their learning. So a report and a log can come from the Dexteria app itself, and it can be emailed to whoever you want it to, the teachers, the therapy staff, parents. And so what it does, it takes this log, and the data consists of the date and time of every login, the name and length of every activity, how many dots were completed, how many levels were beaten. So our assessment comes from, are they able to improve from their previous sessions? Is their time quicker? Are they getting more dots? How accurate is that information? And so our conclusion is the problem was Miss Taylor, she wants to decrease the amount of technology used in the classroom as a result of poor fine motor skills in her classroom. So our solution we came up is using her Elmo, using her smartboard, and using all of the students' individual iPads, we can use different programs and activities to address and improve the students' fine motor skills. Thank you so much.